Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're looking at Ajja's Context High, and this is definitely one of my favorite tracks because it speaks to the groove of full on, like in such a big way. As you can see, the track's BPM is 144, which is actually not that fast for an Ajja track, well nowadays, but he makes it seem like it's much faster than what it is. That's his like special power. You can make like 144 sound like 147, 148, just for the type of synths he uses. He uses a lot of analog stuff, modular stuff, which randomizes quite a bit, but he does it so well, it doesn't even sound random. But yeah, let's dive in. So as you know, I like to put my ruler on top just to see the length of the track, just to tell me what we're working with. And you can see in that 7 minute round, it's like where your most popular tracks are. It's nice for DJs to play. So let's dive in. So like you guys know, I like to look at the energy flow of the track first. So we'll start off with that. Let's get our colors quickly. Just open up this track arranger. Oh, if you guys didn't know, I'm starting this breakdown series of breaking down music that I like, and hopefully music that you like. And if you guys have suggestions to break down, then pop them in the comments and we can look into it. If you haven't checked out the first one, it is there, and it gives you a more introduction of how we're going to look at things. So let's go in. So as you know, I like to use blue just to indicate breakdowns and more quiet spaces, and then of course yellow and red and orange to indicate the progression of a track. So that will be from the lowest energy increasing to the highest part of the track. Everything is pumping. It normally comes in threes, but yeah, experiment with your own type of arrangements. This is just how I perceive the energy flow in music. It's just easy for myself and hopefully for you guys. So let's dive in. So we're just looking at energy flow for now, nothing more.
So it'll be a fun way to pass the time.
Okay.
Oh, dude, I think I can feel it.
Get the context high.
So for me, I would think that in energy flow, it's pretty much the same going from this section to that section. Normally you would predict to put the red one there because we're going to progress somewhere. But if you feel this flow and when you feel the transition, it doesn't feel like it's going higher. It just feels like it's maintaining its pace, which Ajja loves to do. He loves to maintain the pace because the theory of trance music, right? Trance, you need to get into a state of trance, and if you have the kick and bass running consistently, that massaging feeling over and over without any changes, you can then induce that trance-like state. That's why a lot of full on doesn't have much breaks, or the faster BPM tracks don't have a lot of breaks, because it induces that psycho trance active feeling of your brain just on that repetitive. It's like when you meditate, you're just having that repetitive thing going of following your breath or however you meditate, and that's how you get there. So if you can maintain a constant kick and bass groove, you'll induce that trance-like feeling. So just take note of from this end into the transition into the next end, and just feel like it doesn't increase, it just maintains. So that would be a yellow because we're now coming from this into that. So the energy does drop, but it's not not as crazy as this.
Here we go. Yeah, that's what my friends say.
Actually the same. Okay, so it is actually the same. So for me, it feels like this could be a red. So this is where it gets tricky. Because he's trying to induce this trance-like state, he doesn't try to go too far up the energy line and too far down the energy line. So it's like very maintained. It's quite hard to do. So this section feels more energetic than this section here. But it's so subtle. So take a listen. So it's that lead that's playing here, that dun 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 dun. That feels a bit more energetic. And I'll jump between the sections just to hear that it is actually sounding more energetic. Yeah, so definitely a bit more FM going on here. And normally when you use FM, you're trying to bring up the pace, bring up the speed. So listening to it now, I would actually do this. Like I say, it's so subtle. It's so subtle. So I would say this is orange because he's introducing this atmospheric sound here, almost like a pad, where it's kind of bringing the energy down because he's coming to this little break here. So it's kind of like engulfing the track just a bit slower, not too fast, but maintaining the leads and the kick and bass, but just adding a softer pad to create atmospheric. So I just like to use green for when it's kind of like the final build up of a section. So it's not more of a dead space breakdown, but more of a building up section. Yeah, it's like, it's not like high impact, it's just consistent. It just keeps going. He's so good at this. Just keeping that orange going, just maintaining it. Even though there's like a build up here, but it's like, it doesn't like feel like the energy rises like the track we listened to before this one, the Avalon one, where you can like feel that different changes from orange to red. So what he's doing here, if you just take a listen to the bass line, just listen to how consistent the bass is. There is movement, but it's not lots of movement. And then when we jump into this section, the movement of the bass gets more because now he's trying to like really build the progression and keep it going. So just listen to the bass line. So this one is constant, then this one adds a few more notes, and now this one. Definitely red, definitely red. That bass line continues. Okay. Oh, sorry, just a old habit. Pause, save everything. So as you can see, what you don't see in a lot of music is we're getting to the end of the track, right? And normally end of track 1 minute before, DJ wants to start mixing in, but he lets it run the full way, basically till the end, and gives it like 20 seconds left to start mixing in. So he's trying to maintain that consistency right until the end, as far as he can get it, before he has to mix out. Because at the end of the day, we are mixing the tracks into DJ sets, and this just helps that consistency to keep going till the last minute. I like to do this myself as well, just to maintain that constant trance state that you're trying to reach through the music. Yeah. So let's take an overall look at this flow. Like you can see, lots of orange. Orange overtakes most things. Very little yellow, and the red is so consistent. There's 2 sets there, 2 sets there. So he's trying to maintain that constant kick and bass and keep that trance-like feeling of that kick and bass running as much as possible. And then when your trance-like state holds for that period, then he just like adds to the progression, because we have to progress at the end of the day. We have to progress. But then he like gets back into this orange. Look at the small little green. It's like a little tiny little build up. No break. Just trying to keep it going. That's Ajja's vibe. That's why he's so good at this. That's why he's like the trance, one of the best trance producers out there, and DJs. Because he's so good at maintaining this perfect kick and bass balance, or just letting it run. And then orange, we progress into red just to keep the progress going, back into orange and yellow, and then finally the big finish, you go red, and then straight into orange again. Like it doesn't go orange, yellow, blue. We go straight into orange and then end blue. We mixed out already. So I love this about Ajja's arrangements. I use this quite a bit in my own music as well. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the stuff he's doing in his track to create this type of trance feeling that he's so good at doing.
What you got there?
Okay, I'll tell you, but you can't tell anyone. These are
Obvious
mushrooms.
vocals.
It's a psychedelic drug. Makes you see weird things and feel happy for a few hours. I figure we're gonna be stuck inside for a while with a storm, so it'll be a fun way to pass the time.
Okay.
And you see his kick and bass at the beginning is immediately funky. It's like we're not running straight 16s. We're adding some notes in there. We're getting that funk. Because if I'm remember, he comes from a funk background in a band. I think he played bass, if I'm correct. You guys might know more. but I think he played bass and like he knows about the funk.
Well, here we go.
Yeah, that's what my friends say too. Well, here we go. Oh, dude, I think I can feel it too. I'm getting the context high.
Very wet sounds. He loves the wet sounds. It just adds to that psychedelic dimension. He loves those wet sounds, so it just layers around everything. Just like holds everything together, puts it all together. It's like the glue.
Nice.
See those, that main thing, that boop, pop, 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 like the squelch is like so random, but not, but it is random. It's like not playing the same thing over and over, but yeah, it's like the perfect balance of like random but not random.
Getting the context high.
And what I noticed about him that he does quite a lot is with his snares. He doesn't use these big, like, full-on snares that you hear everywhere. Like, you know, the big snare that just cuts through the mix. He uses like these small little claps, almost, that doesn't steal the show. It's very rhythmic. It's just like, it's like a subtle snare. It's just like, toop, 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 but it's like so groovy. It's definitely a snare and a clap layered together, because the clap gives you the human feeling and the snare gives you the punch. So there's definitely a combo of snares and claps added together to create that feeling of groove, human, but cutting through snare. Lots of FM, like that's like the go-to. Lots of modular stuff, lots of analog stuff. It sounds good. It's nice and random, but not random at the same time. It's very nice. Always funky section. You gotta have your funky section. It's like you have to break the tension of funk. Serious, get funky, loose, then back into serious. It's like, it's the golden formula. But then also he drops into funk. Like he doesn't just drop straight kick and bass. He adds some rhythm. You gotta keep the rhythm going. And yeah, all the sounds are like the same palette. It's like, they're like sitting like all in this little bass space of like sound texture. It's like very electronic-y, FM-y, and there's not much else. The only time he like brings in the more human feeling sound is in his fills. If you listen to most of his fills, you'll hear like a big drum, like a live drum. And that kind of brings the live human feeling into the electronic sounds. You'll hear it when we go into transitions. Just trying to find those drums for you.
context high. Getting the context high.
There we go. It plays the drum before it gets to the fill. So just listen in the background, you hear this like live drum out of nowhere. Yeah, there. It's not in the fill. It's literally hidden in here, and that's kind of cool. It sounds like a live drummer, but then it doesn't give that live element in the silence. It just sounds like there's a live player somewhere here. So a lot of what the guys do here is when they have these build-ups, they use like a background ARP, and the ARP is there just to create progress in the build-up. You don't even have to use it in your actual track, like the meat part. You just have it in there in your build-ups to add progress. So just listen in the back, you'll hear ARP, and you wouldn't normally put Ajja with the ARP, right? Like you would think psychedelic FM, wet sounds, that's his thing. But there's an ARP in there, like a classic normal trance ARP. And then you won't use the ARP again. It's just to create that element of progression with ARP. That's so nice. It's a nice way to use ARPs when you don't want to use ARPs in your track. Like personally with my music, I don't use ARPs because there's certain rules for, like, not rules but like preferences for ARPs and how ARPs make your music sound. And yeah, I don't want to use bad words. But like for me, like sometimes it can make it sound too cheesy, like too like, okay, we saw that coming. But some people love it, some people don't. It's just preference. But this is a good way to use it in your build up. Another funky section, but listen to that lead. It's so loose, like it's not jagged and static. Because everything else in this section is static. So when it comes to the funky section, it's nice and loose, wobbly. There's a lot of play with it, so you can really play and get along with it. It's done so well. And yeah, that snare, tight, small. See that FM is so static and like it's all like on grid, so this funky section just sounds even better. It's so good. And he just has the leads playing at the end just to like wind it down. And he has these leads playing at the end also for like when you're mixing in your next track. So the thing that's going to play on top of this section will be basically cleaner kick and bass, less percussions. So this nice filter off of just the leads playing will like mix well with the new track coming in, so it doesn't sound so empty and you don't just lose all this energy that you created. So it just maintains into the next track, gives a nice cohesive feeling. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My biggest takeaway from an Ajja track is just this consistency. It's not too much going on, not too much colors. Like, you could basically say, oh, this is orange, but he does it in such a subtle way that it just, like, it's so good. Like, just build it up, bring it down quickly, build it up, boom, just maintain, quick. It's like so subtle, in and out, in and out, in and out, but he keeps you there consistently. I love it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't checked out the previous one we did on Avalon, check it out. It's really cool. I'm really enjoying these breakdowns. I hope I can do more. I really want to do more if you guys like it. Let me know in the comments if there's any tracks you want to dive and me to look at. Thanks guys. See you.